heard the bell, so you know what time it is. It is gym time. Yes, boys and girls, welcome back to PE, to Phys Ed class. We are in week 23. Crazy to believe that we have been doing this for 23 weeks, but it will soon come to an end once we get to hybrid and back to in-person learning and all that other stuff. I will quickly mention how specials are kind of going to work. You're going to have a set day and a set time in order to come to physical education, in order to come to gym class. It'll be a live lesson for about 30 minutes and then 15 minutes of like some type of activity or something to do or questions and something along those lines. So a 45-minute class session, 30 minutes of it like instruction or activity, or we'll be doing something, moving, doing some kind of exercise or a workout. And then the last couple of minutes, we'll figure out what's going to happen for the next class and take some questions, comments, talk, discuss things, and what's going on in the world of sports, stuff like that. So 45-minute sessions, but you'll have a set time. For those kids that are in school, like if you're on an A day, you're going to be in the classroom. I will not see you. There's no specials. You're not like coming to the gym. But those of you that are at home, the ones on a B day, the ones that are asynchronous work, you will log into Zoom and I will do a live lesson with you guys. So when it's your day to be at home, you're not coming to school, that's when you will have a gym day. So it's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to get to see a lot of kids. Some kids I've never seen before, some kids I've never met before, and I'm really, really excited. So that's just kind of how things are going to work. But we won't be doing the weekly videos, I don't think, because we'll be doing live instruction. You'll be getting it even better in person. So moving on from there, week 23. This week we have a one-on-one workout. I'll explain that in a second. We have the DEAM activity tracker. We're going to continue progressing. I'll show you how far I am on that worksheet. Your challenge this week, we'll talk about that a little more. And on the flip side of this board, we have our vocabulary word. So let me talk about the first thing first. The one-and-one workout. The reason it's called a one-and-one workout is because you're going to pick one exercise at a time. You're going to do it for 1 minute, and then you're going to rest for 1 minute before you do it again. So one exercise performing for a minute, and then you're going to rest for 1 minute before you do the next one. This one, I think, is kind of cool because so far, I have created every workout regimen for you guys. I've told you, okay, you're going to do this many times, and then you're going to do this many times, or for 5 minutes, or, you know, like I've organized it. But this one, you get to pick it, and you get to create it. So I think that is pretty cool. So this is an example of the sheet that you're going to see in the folder. It's you pick and you create the workout routine. This explains everything. It talks about how on the row 1, you're going to pick 2 exercises. Row 2, you pick 2 exercises. Row 3, you pick 1 exercise. And the visual is linked in the word workout. So you'll see the link. And this is the visual that you guys are going to see. So you're going to pick 2 exercises from row 1. So 2 of these. Then you're going to pick 2 of these. And then you're going to pick 1 from the bottom. So a total of 5 workouts or 5 exercises. You're going to perform them for 5 minutes, 1 minute each, and then you're going to rest for 5 minutes. So it's about a 10-minute workout. And if you're super strong, you can do it 2 times, do it again, and really build some muscle. Okay, so that's kind of a little bit about the one-on-one workout. We'll talk about a little bit about that in a second. The DEAM activity tracker. So this is my activity tracker right here. And as you can see, I am like on number 17 of, let me see how many there are. There are 28, I guess there's 28 days in February. So I'm about a little more than halfway, and we're about halfway through the month. So there's some of them that I skipped here. I can go back and do those ones, or I can just choose to do a different one, and then maybe I just didn't get to that one, because some of them are not applicable to me. They're designed for you guys as students, okay? So keep progressing on the activity tracker. Now, if the document won't let you type on it, the reason is because you're supposed to make a copy for yourself. Because if I allow editing rights, then you're going to go and put your name on it, and you're going to type it in, and then you're going to type in like what you did, put an X, but then the next kid is going to do the same thing. He's going to erase your name, and he's going to put his X's. So it's just going to keep changing, and I'll never actually see what you did. So what you got to do is you got to go to File and click it and push Make a Copy, and then it'll make your own document. Or you could print it like I did, and then you could just, you know, send me a picture of it or whatever. So that's that. Your challenge is the shovel snow challenge. Get out there and shovel some snow. Now let me tell you a little fact and the reason why I'm telling you to do this. Because shoveling snow is a better workout than I could ever create for you. It's a better challenge than I could ever tell you what to do. Better than like diamond push-ups or the cup stacking challenges. All those things, shoveling snow is better for you and it's a lot harder. So, I can tell you that it works out your shoulders, it works out your back, it works out your arms, it works out your core here, and it works out your legs. So as you're shoveling, you're working all those muscle groups at once. It is said that in 30 minutes of shoveling snow, it'll take you about 30 minutes to shovel your sidewalk, your driveway, things like that. You could burn 233 calories. That's more than running a mile in 30 minutes, or walking for 30 minutes, or weightlifting. So 233 calories is a lot for 30 minutes of activity, and shoveling snow builds a lot of muscle, burns a lot of calories. It's really, really good for you. Just think about it. Just act like you're grabbing a shovel and you're going down. Look, you've already activated your arms, you've activated your core in your stance, your legs are holding you and you're putting power, your back is activated, and then when you lift, you're using your shoulders and everything. So many muscles, and it's so good for you. Your parents are gonna love it, your siblings, if they're the ones that usually do it, and you do it this time, they're gonna love you for it, so it's a win-win. That's for those that can actually hold a shovel. If you're a little guy, like kindergarten or young fives or something like that, then obviously don't worry about the challenge this week because the shovel is probably too big for you. All right, let's move on to the word of the week. The word of the week is expectations. I would like to know what your expectations are for phys ed coming up when we get back to in-person learning and hybrid. I'd like to know what you guys think we're going to be doing so I can answer some questions, some concerns, or I can give you more information about it. So expectations is a belief that something will happen or be the case in the future. So my expectations for phys ed are that I am going to see all students either in person or on Zoom, that I'm actually going to meet and greet and see and get to teach and get to talk to all students from both buildings, because right now that's not the case. I don't get to see everyone. My expectations are that I will see you either in the lunchroom, I'll see you in your classes for learning labs, I'll see you in the hallways, I'll see you coming or dismissal. So my expectations for going forward are that I'm going to see, meet, greet, get to talk to, get to teach all students in some way, shape, or form. May not be in the gym, but in some way, shape, or form, I'll get to interact, teach, and talk to all students at both buildings, and I am super excited for that. So that's my expectations moving a little forward. I'd like to hear yours. Okay, finally, let's get down to the little exercise, the little workout. So I'm going to set that there just for a quick second, and I'm going to grab my document. Now, remember I said this is the 1-in-1. So you're going to perform it for a minute, then you're going to rest for a minute, and then you're going to do the next one. So you'll do 2 exercises from row 1, 2 exercises from row 2, and 1 exercise from row 3. When you see the sheet, I'm going to put this as a link by itself, and it's linked in the other document. So I'll pick 2 from this row, I'll pick 2 from this row, and I'll pick 1 from this row, and I'll do them for a minute. So this is just kind of like a mini example of how it would work. The first row, I see high knees and jumping jacks. So I would get a timer, and I would say, okay, I'm going to get my clock. I'm going to set my timer for a minute, and I would start it. Boom. And I would do high knees like this. High knees for a minute, right? High knees, get them up, high knees. I would go for a full minute. Then I would rest for a minute. When it's done, when my timer stops, I would start the timer again after my minute rest, and I would do jumping jacks for a minute, a full minute of jumping jacks. When my minute is done, I would stop my timer. Whew, long minute, take my rest, catch my breath. I would pick 2 more from row 2. So maybe I would pick the bicycles. Those are cool, bicycle crunches, and I would pick maybe the lunges. And then I'd do those for a minute, and a minute rest. And then I'd pick 2 more from the final row, and I would be done with my workout. Unless I'm super strong and I want to do it again, I would pick 5 more, or I could pick the same 5 and do 10 minutes worth of exercise, 10-minute workout, and really, really build some muscle. So that's this week's lesson, guys. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. It's kind of hard to move around and talk at the same time. But hopefully you guys like it. For those of you that are participating, thank you so much. Let me just tell you this. My video had 46 views for 3 straight weeks, which means it's the same 46 people viewing it each week. Which means it's the same 46 who are always participating, who are faithful, who are consistent, who are committed, who are dedicated, and I cannot thank those individuals enough. So if you're one of those 46, thank you so very much. Looking forward to seeing you in person, and hopefully you have a great week.